Multi-leg options. Before we review this, let's take a slight step back and let's look at level 2 options. Level 2 options are what the majority of users at TradeZero are currently trading if they are choosing to trade options. And that can include long calls, long puts, covered calls, and also cash secured puts as well. That's where you go long on calls or puts, or you go short on a call with a stock portion to your spread, and cash puts, of course, where you put up cash collateral against shorting a put. So you have those strategies available to you already. So single leg, it does count as a strategy, even though it's not a spread and it's only really one leg. Let's talk multi-legs. If you would like to trade multiple legs within one spread, within one order at the same time, ZeroPro now allows you to trade multi-leg options if you are approved for level 3 options trading. Again, Dan will show us how to be approved or how to get approved for level 3 right at the end of this presentation. But just to cover some key functionality within multi-leg options of ZeroPro, here's the options chain we all know and love. The strategy selection, you can select between your single legs, your verticals, butterflies, condors, and then the iron versions or the iron variants of those strategies, the iron butterfly, the iron condor, the straddle, the strangle, etc., right? We're going to talk about setting up a strangle and then also an iron condor later on in a demo. You have the options chain. Again, I'm sure you'll all be very familiar with it. You can select the columns you'd like to view, the number of strikes you'd like to see, etc., and customize your order ticket to essentially be the trade that you would like to send off multi-leg wise. Leg configuration, you can customize the strike, the expiration, the quantity, and side. Of course, it is worth mentioning today that you won't be able to necessarily create custom spreads. You will be able to modify the width, the strikes, the sides of individual legs off your strategies. For example, iron butterflies, iron condors, but they would have to keep the same structure in terms of still being an iron butterfly or still being an iron condor. Level 2 and level 3, let's take a look at this real quick. This is new functionality coming in ZeroPro 648 very soon, in a couple of weeks. This won't be available to you right now, so don't rush off trying to test it out, but this will be coming very soon. And it essentially is a tool that allows you to see your P&L analysis over time, taking into account the price of the underlying may fluctuate as time goes on. And we'll talk about this in just a second, but essentially it's an interactive risk graph. It shows you your max loss, your max profit, your profit chance, where your break-even points are, and your net debit or net credit, depending if you're selling or buying the spread. Shows you your Greeks, your time curve projections. You can essentially project where your P&L would be dependent on the underlying price over the course of time towards the expiration of that spread.